Hello boys and girls, it's Steven again. We have a brand new toy here that's in pieces right now because I've owned a wrestler. I didn't own a wrestler, I rebuilt the wrestler. You've seen some of the videos from my nephew. And I thought I liked the Bandit a bit more. I like the design of the body. To me it's what a buggy should be. And I thought the only difference between the Bandit and the wrestler were the body and the mount points. But no, the A-arms are shorter, the tires are different. The wrestler I worked on originally, I didn't realize a lot of the parts on it were optional. I didn't realize that these hubs were optional, that they were just these stems that just pop into place. I bought this for $150 from a guy from Craigslist, and these are brand new tires, not even glued on. He dye-righted, or whatever you call that stuff. He boiled it with dye, these rims, and it also came with the Millennium motor, which the bearings in it were shot, and the bushings, or whatever you want to call them, the brass bushings were shot too. And when I finally, you could push on the stem and it would move. I kind of just forced the one bearing back into place and it works just fine. But I already got the rebuild kit. I didn't even know you could rebuild these. I knew you could rebuild the brushed ones once I get these taken apart. So there's a bearing down in there, bushing, brass bushing. Once I get all that together, we'll have a good working motor. What I want to do with this car is, these Traxxas are very, hold on, this thing's pissing me off. Whatever. These Traxxas are very durable cars. The wrestler that I built was in worse condition than this, so I'm pretty happy about this. The modifications I've done so far is, I put the hubs on it, so now I'm going to put these foam tires on it, which are a lot bigger than that, but this is going to be an on-road car, so it needs all the grip it's going to get. Those are going to be great. These tires look terrible now because these were the tires I used on carpet for pretty much over 10 hours straight at OhioCon. Put the wheelie bar all the way down. This I didn't notice on the wrestlers. These have adjustable holes to move the whole thing up and down. I moved it up some more. I'm going to get this thing as low as I possibly can. Mod 1 gearing. This is a 50-tooth 32 pitch. And then let me grab the motor. This is the motor out of my Glamis. It's screwed up. It's got a nice dent in it. It's got a click to it. I'm going to put it on this thing and blow it up. As you can tell, the only major missing part that I don't have yet is the ESC. I bought a 130 amp ESC, which is capable of 4S. Found out these will only do 3. And the Millennium will do a 4, kind of, if you gear it right and don't blow it up, and it's a light car. So this motor's busted anyway. I may just run 4S in it just to watch it go. I was told I could catch the whole back end of the car on fire and cause myself more issues. So it does. I wanted this. I didn't want a receiver or a radio or an ESC or even a motor. The motor is because I like the Millenniums. I have one of my Glamis now. I did get a steering servo. I did get brand new front tires. Just rebuilt shocks, which I bought screws to put them back in. Everything's nice and low. Eventually, once I do get the car going, I will be repainting. I'll be getting a different body. Boy, I don't like how this goes on. This is a real pain. You've got to get this through here, and then hooked on this, along with that. Make sure you get that in there. So once I get, and that's beat up, but for a little over $100, I think it was a pretty good investment. This is the first car I've ever had with Mod 1 gearing. Apparently it's going to be more durable. My Glamis, I had the first 48 pitch spur gear I ever had. It lasted a year. Then my second one I blew through pretty quick. Also, this is the first wheelie bar. If this thing stays pretty flat, I'm going to give this wheelie bar to my cousin. If not, I'm going to use it. If I'm going to make this thing go as fast as I think it's going to go, I'm going to need, a wheelie bar. Now, I'm not trying to hit 100. I'm just trying to see how fast I can go. I know there's people like Our House 21 who's taking his wrestler, which just is a wider version of this, and trying to make it go 100, or at least 70. I think it was his breaking point when he was running into aerodynamic problems. Not me. I just want something to go fast. Hey, it's Steven here. just got the ESC for the Bandit. I didn't realize the connections were going to be different. The plugs are not the same. It's a different diameter. But I held them in place and got to run them. I'll show you what it sounds like on 2-cell. I did get to run it outside a bit because I did tape these together. So the motor got really hot. It's probably because the cables were jumping around. So I'm just holding these in place now. I'm glad I have the foams on it, because if those were rubber balloons, they would fly off. So now we're going to turn that off and plug the 3-cell into it, which I did for a minute, and really scared the hell out of me when I did this. This is a Glacier 3-cell 30C. This thing's seen better days. Also found out that the servo is analog, which means I need to get a new one if I want to run AVC. So turn this on, and there we go. That's how you shock yourself. Makes a hell of a racket. I'm only gonna do it for like a fraction of a second, just because I'm afraid of what it'll do. That's really scary. Once I get a permanent connection, that thing should be amazing. The motor got hot really quick a couple of times I did this, so I'm thinking it's pretty over geared. It is a 50 to like an 18, 32 pitch, so we'll see. So let's do one more. It shakes so much, the springs in place are just shaking. So I'm done. I'm going to take this to the hobby shop and see if they can fix the wiring issue and tell me I'm insane and I'm going to blow something up. This fuse, my old fuse motor, which has a blown bearing in the back, I said fuck it, whatever, we'll blow it up. I got my anodized parts on here that I did a crappy job on because they were my first try. But I did do my wheel in red, and it turned out good, and I did Chelsea's wheel in red as well. So we're going to run to the hobby shop. Oh, I'm probably also going to do the transmission cover in red too. So I did get this to run outside because I did have these taped to that. I obviously wasn't a good connection because every time I got to speed, it just stopped itself and stopped itself in place. But when it did go, it slammed on the wheelie bar pretty quick. So let's see what else we can do.